Namaste everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the third video of Study With Me series, and today I'm going to be marking the important mountain passes of Himalayas as well as Northeast India. Disclaimer: the locations that I have marked in the map are not the exact locations, but they are quite approximate. They are enough though if you are preparing for the civil services exam, general studies geography. The first thing that we need to do is understand the locations between which these important passes fall. So the first location that I'm going to mark is Srinagar, which is somewhere right here. The next important location is slightly to the north of Srinagar, which is Kargil. Then the third important location is slightly to the south of Kargil, but sort of in line with Srinagar, which is Leh. I'm sure everybody has heard of this place. Another important location that we are going to mark is somewhere here, which is Jammu. Then slightly to the south of Kargil, but towards to slightly north of Jammu is Kashmir Valley. And then there is one area which falls in the POK region right here is Gilgit. There's one more location which is somewhere here, which is the Nubra Valley. Yeah, so these are the important locations. The passes between them are: first one is between Jammu and Srinagar, which is Banihal Pass. Then another important pass is between Srinagar and Kargil, right here, which is Zozila Pass. So La is basically pass in Tibetan language. Then there is an important pass which connects Kargil to Gilgit. This pass is Burjila Pass. Then there is another important pass which connects Kargil to Kashmir Valley, which is Pensila Pass. There is an important pass that connects Kargil to Leh. This pass is Fotula. And then there is an important pass between Leh and Nubra Valley, which is Khardungla. There are a couple of more important passes in the Ladakh region. Basically, they fall on the borders of India and China. One of the important passes is somewhere here, which is the Karakoram Pass. Then there is another important pass right here, which is the Aghil Pass. And then there's a very important pass which falls somewhere around here. It is actually called Mintaka Pass. It is important because it falls on tri-junction of India, China and Afghanistan. It's actually in the POK region, but still it is part of India, so we need to remember it. After marking all the passes of Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, we are going to move to the important passes of Himachal Pradesh. The first pass that we are going to mark in Himachal Pradesh is somewhere around here. This is the place from where Satluj River enters India, from the Tibet region. So this pass is actually called Shipkila Pass. Shipkila. This is associated with Satluj River. After this pass, we are going to mark another important location in Himachal Pradesh, which is somewhere here. So we are going to mark it Manali. Now there is a very important and a popular highway which connects Manali to Leh, which is called Manali-Leh Highway, Leh-Manali Highway. I think everybody has heard of this highway. And on this, there are two important passes that we need to mark. First one is very popular again for tourism, which is called Rohtang Pass. Now this is the pass which is associated with the Atal Tunnel. Atal Tunnel was constructed because Rohtang Pass is not an all-weather pass and it remains closed during heavy snow. So, so that we have access to this route all the time, Atal Tunnel was constructed. Another thing to remember about Rohtang Pass is that it is associated with river Ravi and Byas. Associated in sense that rivers Ravi and Byas originate from here. The next pass that we mark is somewhere here, which is Baralachla. Now, Baralachla Pass is associated with, I'm just going to write down here, with river Chenab. Associated in the sense that river Chenab originates from around this area. Now, there is an important pass which basically, so when we go from Manali, we cross the Rohtang Pass, there is a route that we can take towards the right which goes to Spiti Valley. And there is a pass that is there on this route, which is Kunzum Pass. I'm so sorry that it looks so crowded, but these are the important passes that we need to mark. So I think we just have to live with it. So we are done with the important passes of Himachal as well. From here, we move to the important passes of Uttarakhand. In Uttarakhand, there are 4 passes that we need to remember. All of these passes basically are the routes to Tibet. And, they are quite often used for Mansarovar, Kailash Mansarovar Yatra that Hindu people do. So, all of these passes are important for that. First pass is right here, which is the Thangla. Then there is Mana. There is Nitila. And then there is Lipulekhla. So these are the 4 important passes which are in Uttarakhand, and they are all at the borders of India and China. Basically, it connects Tibet region to India. So now we have marked all the passes of the northern India, and we are going to move towards the northeast region. So I'm just going to zoom out over here, and we can move to the northeast region and we can zoom in right here. so that we can mark the important passes of this region. The first pass that we need to mark in this area is actually in Sikkim, which is at the border of Bhutan and Sikkim. So I'm just going to draw a rough boundary of Bhutan. It is not the exact boundary, of course, but this is just so that we can understand. The first important pass that we are going to mark here is right here, and this pass is called Jelepla. This pass basically connects Sikkim to this one region in Tibet region called Lhasa, and it goes from Bhutan. So if one wants to go from Sikkim to Lhasa via Bhutan, this is the route that they take. So that's what this pass is. Now coming to a very, very important pass, which is somewhere here, which is called Nathula Pass. This pass is important because it is associated with the Chumbi Valley, which is somewhere here in the Tibet region. This is the Chumbi Valley, and this part here is the Doklam region, which is the disputed region of Bhutan. So I'm sure everybody has heard of this region and the dispute that occurred there a few years ago. So this is Doklam and this is Chumbi Valley, and the pass associated with that in India is the Nathula Pass. And another pass that has appeared in news recently is somewhere here, which is Nakula Pass. This was there in news because of the dispute, basically the clashes that India had with China very recently, and the soldiers, they clashed around this area. So this was what Nakula Pass was. So after this, we move to the passes in Arunachal Pradesh. So in Arunachal Pradesh, there is this particular region which is called the Tawang Valley. It is very famous for its lakes. So this Tawang Valley, here there are, when people go to Tawang Valley as for tourism purposes, they basically go through a couple of passes, and these are the passes that we need to remember. The first one being, which is that like towards the northmost area. So if we kind of mark a line like this, so at the border between kind of Bhutan and India, northmost is Bomla. Then in between there is a Sela Pass. This is the pass from where Sela Tunnel was also constructed, again because so that there is an access to this route all year long. And then towards the south there is Bomdila. So these are the passes to remember in Arunachal Pradesh, in this area basically for the Tawang region. And then from there we move to again we are still in Arunachal Pradesh, but we move towards east region. So basically what I'm trying to mark here is there is this area from which Brahmaputra river enters India, and this area from which it enters, this is another pass to remember, which is Yongya Pass. There is one more pass to remember which connects India to Myanmar, somewhere here, is Difu Pass. And there is one more pass that is between India and Myanmar, but it is near, it connects India to Myanmar from Manipur. Right here is Tuzu Pass. So these are the important passes that we need to remember if you are preparing for civil services exam and specifically for general studies geography. I hope you found this video useful. The way I like to study mountain passes is that first I try to find all of these passes and all of these locations as well on Google Maps, because it is very difficult to find all of them on Atlas. So I find them on the maps, after which I try to mark it in a blank map, and after doing that exercise couple of times, I just look through this video and do my revision like that. So I've already done the marking it in a blank map couple of times. Once I did when I was preparing this video as well, but now that I am done with that practice and I'm quite comfortable with all the places, all I need to do is watch this video a couple of times and it will make sure that I have not missed out on any important entry. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if I have missed out on any of the important passes so that I can update my mapping, and so can everybody else. Please click on the thumbs up button because it really encourages me, and subscribe to my channel so that I can keep coming up with more such videos. Thank you so much.